I'm Janet Zabo. Welcome to Camas Creek Yarn. One of the techniques used in the Glacier Wolfpack hat is to knit Fair Isle, two colors, at the same time you're working Intarsia. So you can see that the Intarsia portion is done in black and the Fair Isle portion is done in the other colors. This takes a little practice, and I'll be demonstrating how to work Fair Isle and Intarsia at the same time. What I'm going to show you with this sample is working Fair Isle and Intarsia at the same time. So I've already done a portion of my sample here using Fair Isle and using two colors. I have the navy blue and I have the maroon. And I've knit them with one color in one hand and the other color in the other hand. But I've come to a portion of my chart, and my chart's off camera, you can't see it. But I've come to a portion in my chart where I want to add a few stitches of white accent. And I don't need to use Fair Isle here because it's only a few stitches. So what I'm going to do is add those white stitches using the Intarsia technique. In order to do that, I've taken a length of white yarn off of my skein, and I cut a fairly long length of yarn. It's about probably 48 inches long. I might not need that much, but I'd rather have too much than run out. So it's always better to cut a little bit extra, more than what you think you're going to need. So let me demonstrate now what I'm going to do as I work across this row. The next stitch in my pattern is red, so I'm going to take my red yarn and knit that, and then I have 3 blue, another red, and you'll notice that I'm stranding very loosely across the back of the work. And now I need to knit a white stitch, so I'm going to go ahead and insert my needle, and I'm going to pick up the end of the yarn from the last white stitch and go ahead and knit that one and let it drop. And now I need to knit another red one, 3 more blue, another red, and 1 more white. So I'll pick my white yarn up and I'll knit the stitch with that one, and then I'll finish up with 1 red, and now I'm back to knitting with just the red and the blue because I have the 4 white stitches that I need here. So I've knit all the way around, and I'm back at the spot where I'm going to continue adding a few accents of white. So according to my pattern, I need to make a red stitch. Now I need to knit 3 white ones. So I'm going to pick up the tail of the yarn that I attached on the previous round and go ahead and knit 1, knit 2, knit 3. Now I need to knit another red, a blue, a red, and remember, you want to keep your tension pretty loose here. And now I'm going to pick up the white and do 3 white. And I'll continue in this way until I get across the rest of the round where I need to add the white accents. On the following round, I'm going to need to add another set of white stitches, but because both of my yarn tails will be at the left-hand side of my work, I'm going to have to add another strand of white here and knit across with it. So you can do about 2 rounds before you have to add another strand of white. and then you'll be able to do 2 more rounds. If you just go slowly and think about what you're doing, it's a very easy technique. This is our finished result, and you can see here that I have a few isolated spots of white. I have 4 of them here, and those were the stitches that I worked using the Intarsia technique. The remainder of the pattern, the navy blue and the maroon, was worked at the same time using the Fair Isle technique. And again, if you just take it slowly, one step at a time, you'll find that it's not as complicated as it might appear. Now that you've watched me demonstrate these techniques, it's time for you to try them in your own knitting. Don't be scared. They're just 2 individual techniques that are combined in the same project, and if you approach them one at a time, you'll find that they're easier to do. Thanks for watching.